Hi, Capricorns. Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a very cool tarot reading. Yes, we do. And let's go ahead and adjust this camera. Take what fits, Capricorn. Leave the rest out. It's a general reading, right? If you want your own private, personal reading, then I'll talk a little bit about that after the oracle reading here, and then we'll get into the tarot. We have purification, the trout, and lily of the valley. All right. Um, And we have the wolf and the rose hip. So we had this with Sagittarius's reading. The guardianship talks about wanting to protect something. And there is like this wisdom. Let's look at the lily and the trout first. It's actually the trout and the lily, right? The animal comes before the plant, but hey, not a big deal. Let's look at that. Um, and here it is. And so this purification card's very it's like a Virgo thing here. It's like a purification can be an awakening, but it kind of comes like it can be difficult, not all the time, but and so this is talking about your difficulties are subsiding, you see, and happiness will soon be restored. Now is a time perfect for quiet meditation and deep introspection. So somebody's in a quiet place in this reading, and their challenges are going away here. And the guardianship, where is that? And here it is. This talks about a mentor, but this really kind of talks about somebody who is very intelligent here, somebody who's learned, somebody who's wiser, right? Whatever we have, the mentor. And this is you're called on to be a mentor. Somebody is their own mentor here. Taking a leadership role in community activism is another way to lead like the wolf. Okay, so when we talk about, we're not talking about social issues here in this tarot reading. No, we're not. But this is about activism can simply mean somebody is being very assertive in their life and taking action. That's what that means usually in these love readings. After some type of purification or kind of an awakening. Yeah, and that's not easy either. No, it's not that purification. I don't feel like it is here with, even though they say that these are going away here. So somebody allowed something to happen or change, Capricorn, and it was difficult for them, but they are trusting their trusting their wisdom, right? Divine wisdom is what it is, really. And we have the crow and the dogwood. All right, so these animals are. It kind of talks about their need for each other in this ecosystem, right? But let's look at the crow, who is very intelligent. Yeah, they are, and let's have a look at that here. I remember there was a crow that was seemed to be dying across the street with the neighbor, and I brought some milk over there because we weren't drinking milk anymore, and he had kids or whatever. So I go over there, and the crow is like seemed like it was suffering. I was like, oh my god, you have this giant crow on your porch, and it looks like he's dying. So after that, they broke up, and that couple totally broke up. I feel like the crow was there to confirm it or make it more real or show them that, hey, maybe this needs to kind of end. Yeah, it was interesting. They were kind of a tumultuous couple as it was. So let's look at the crow. Where is the crow here? And here it is. All right, and this is intelligence. Yeah, I was saying that. And the crow is an incredibly intelligent bird associated with the power of foresight and the ability to use tools. Yeah. So the crow, we just had an earthquake here. I'm in California, and we had one about 2 weeks ago. That was kind of scary because I was in bed and I thought next to me is I just kind of thought the floor was caving in right next to me. It was scary. So, but before that, the crows were out, cawing in the yard. I mean, sound like they were fighting. So I go, I think, and it was earthquake weather. So I go, I think there's going to be an earthquake, and sure enough, there was. So a lot of animals are hip to that. They feel that, right? Dogs can feel that. And most likely cats too, because they're very intuitive and completely connected to the universe. Yeah, healing even. It says you have the tools to fulfill your goals and solve any problem that's in your way. You need only inward to find wisdom and strength. And remember the purification card, Capricorn, talked about things are ending, like difficulties are ending. Somebody's wise here with the mentor, and they know what they want. Yeah, this is very cool. It is. Let's see what else we have, Capricorn, for you guys. And we have the Hanged Man, and this card is really about waiting. It can be about somebody who's in meditation. She's reading the book there with her two cats, and it's like a lovely sight. It is. We have the Seven of Diamonds. This is a pastime. She's playing. She's playing archery. I don't know if you say playing or doing or I'm not sure, but that's not the point. This is she. That's what she's doing here. Somebody's passing the time away here. And one of these cards was talking about meditating, I believe, but the purification card, I'm pretty sure. But, this is about letting time pass and being in solitude. Yeah. And now we have the Five of Swords, and that is betrayal. So there is some type of betrayal in this reading here. But it talks about something ends over here that was difficult. So maybe somebody was betrayed. Maybe they had to betray somebody else, because for me, it looks like this person knows that they want to be with you, Capricorn, and they're wiser. And the crow knows exactly what he wants, the intelligence card, right? With the insight, with the intuitive insight. And so we have this betrayal going on, right? I feel like it happened in the past. Let's get another card. And we have the King of Spades reversed. So these don't read in the reverse. It's the Emperor. It's about somebody who's taking control of their life. But in the reverse, it's somebody who doesn't have any control. And maybe there's some type of betrayal in this reading, and somebody felt like they didn't have control over their life. And now with the crow and this wisdom over here with the wolf, that somebody now takes control of their life. And for some reason there is some type of betrayal here. Yeah, somebody could have left something here, because this is like excitement here about, I know what I want. Yeah, even though there was like some difficulty or maybe even suffering, but I know what I want, because now somebody is in, I feel like they are waiting and in a quiet place. And that's not really clear, kind of what that's about. Let's get a card from the gypsy deck. Where is the little gypsy deck here? Here it is. And let's see. Let's see. We have Capricorn. We have the House. Oh, let's get two. These are, and the Sweetheart and the Frivolity card. We're going to take them because this wanted to come out. So the House is a relationship. It is sometimes a stagnant relationship. It just depends. But with the Frivolity card with the Sweetheart, somebody has changed their mind about who they really want to be with here. The Sweetheart is here reading this letter that her lover wrote her. Right? We call this amante in Spanish, the lover. In English, they have sweetheart, and that's fine. But that's what this is about. This is about the Frivolity card. Means that you kind of look at your life and you go, wow, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm changing. I need a new beginning. And that's why we have the butterfly here to indicate transformation and profound change. There is change here. Maybe you have kind of betrayed somebody here. With the Emperor reversed next to the card of betrayal, it can mean that somebody didn't like that they had to kind of betray something else, leave it behind or ignore it or walk away. That is betrayal, right? If you are being kind of counted on, or if you're in a relationship and you're with somebody and they leave, they're kind of betraying you, whether or not there's another person or not, because you were counting on them. That can be seen as betrayal, right? You were counting on them to be there for you. So let's get into this, Capricorn. If you guys want to get a psychic reading with me, check out the description box below. I have lots of fun readings, psychic readings, tarot readings. I always check with my client for feedback regarding the accuracy of my psychic insight. And the tarot reading usually at the end, so now you have two different insights. Really kind of telling you a lot for sure. And if it's about somebody of mystery, or I don't know, you don't understand what they're doing or trust them, or they live far away, or all this kind of stuff where you want to know about them, it's a really good idea to get one of those readings. And if you have your own questions about your own path, I can help with that too. I often help you realize. Yeah, I often help you realize I'm also a life coach. So let's get into it, and check out the different formats I have. They're lots of fun. Mystic Sense is a free 5 minute psychic reading, and you can get a past life reading with me, right? And email me on that. They're really powerful. Those are really helpful to help you feel better in your life, to help you feel like you are really in control of your life in terms of your wisdom and your own insight. Yeah. So empowerment comes from awareness. That's what they bring. The moon card, Capricorn, I hope I wasn't talking about Sagittarius. The moon card at the bottom of the deck, it can talk about a cycle changing, right? The moon cycles, right? We have a new moon in Libra, and I will have an astrology video on that for all the signs. Yeah, the new moon in Libra, which is really interesting this year because it comes at the end of Libra season, and that's not normal. That's not how it usually goes. So we have a new moon in Libra. It can mean a new beginning in love. It definitely can. But check out. I'll link that at the top of the when I put that up at the top of the comments, so you guys can check that out. Right, and for everybody, it'll be different. Because it'll be in a different house. So let's get into this here. And the moon can be about your dreams, your doubts, because of the darkness that the moon has here, your dreams, your doubts, your fears, even confusion. It can be about secrets. Yeah, it can. And yeah, so let's get right into it here. And it can also be about Cancer or Pisces. Yeah, it can. Although um, Cancer is the planet or the luminary for Cancer is the moon. It used to be for Pisces back in the day. Yeah, it did. And now Pisces is Jupiter, and excuse me, and Neptune. Yeah. So, right, Jupiter is more personal, and Neptune can be a little personal, but it's a generational planet as well. So yeah, but let's get right into this here, and I can explain that in my astrology videos, right? But we have a new beginning coming, Capricorn, with the frivolity card. It is the butterfly and the transformation. Um, yeah, and somebody learned some wisdom, most likely through a challenge, because we have the betrayal card. So whatever that betrayal is, right? It can even be self-betrayal when you sit there and you don't, you're not in a place where you're happy, or you're doing things that you really don't want because you're too afraid to go get what you really want, right? Jobs, relationships, right, that are stagnant, that you're just tolerating, because security is a big deal to a lot of people. Yeah, security it is. So, which can really kind of rob you, right, of what you really want in this world. If you are, settling for what is secure, right? Yeah, it can. So we're supposed to be following divine wisdom and, learning about ourselves and reaching for what we really want, right? And that's what the divine wants for you. Yeah, the divine wants that. And yeah, and so we start with the Two of Pentacles here. We have the Tower and the Star. We have to cover the Star. Good God. So when we have this Two of Pentacles, the Tower and the Star, this is somebody had like this purification. The Tower is this powerful realization here. Somebody realized in this reading, right, with all their kind of crow insight, right, their intelligence. That's the name of the card, right? We have a major intelligence here, and yeah, we do. We have somebody who's their own mentor, most likely. And so, but the star card is, it's about being inspired for the future. It is. It's about hope. And it's also about somebody who stands in their own authenticity. This is what I want for my life, because Aquarius is the ruler of this card. So Aquarius is always about what is authentic, even if the true Aquarian, even if it's different, unique, chaotic, maybe unstable, they choose what they feel like is authentic to them. Yeah, they do. Aquarius is, in that way, they are the badass. Yeah, they are. Um, hmm yeah, Aquarius in that way has a lot of courage too. They're like, I don't care if this is chaotic. I want this. I need change, something like that, right? Or leave the chaotic behind, even for maybe to experience something beautiful, but dealing with the instability that change brings. That is Aquarius, right? As an archetype, it's going to depend on the natal, the rising sign, of course, because that's a big one in your chart. The rising sign is huge, right? It's kind of like your two personalities, sun and rising. But in this reading, somebody has an intuitive insight, and now they have all this hope and inspiration about the future. And that's what this reading is about. Yeah, and here's the butterfly is about the future, right? It's about a change and a transformation. Let's get a card on this tower. And here we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. All right, let's see. I think I have switched these. Yeah, I have. This is in the upright. So the tower with the Five of Pentacles next to the King of Swords is this intelligent energy where, hey, I know that my life is lacking, but it comes by way of some type of intuitive insight or a difficult situation with the tower. The tower can be something completely unstable, uh, coming to you as a powerful realization. It can be an ending. It can be like, especially with the Five of Pentacles, I need to let something end here uh, because of this powerful realization, or because maybe something is completely unstable, or but the tower brings change, and nobody will ever be the same after the tower. It's kind of like the wicked witch came to your house and kind of told you something, right, in a dream, and you're like, wow, I'll never be the same, right? The witch came and told me that, right? Something like that, right? Yeah, especially as a purification. It depends. The purification can be, a cleansing and letting something go that is not, that's not really good. Yeah. That can come by, actually, the purification card can come by way of the night of the soul, right? Which is a suffering where we realize that we just realize that things aren't really going our way, and it's for this reason particularly, or you're not trusting your intuition, or the night of the soul. It's usually kind of where you realize that that life isn't what you thought it was. It can be a major maturity, and so can the purification card. So let's see what else we have, though. But uh, yeah, and let's look at the reading here in the diagonal. Is there's something real? Somebody realized here, Capricorn, how important you are. The Page of Pentacles in the past, especially by the Tower. It's a realization here that you're important, or that you bring value to their life, right? It's something like that. You're valuable. Um, yeah, and this is also Page of Pentacles is trusting what you want, trusting what you value, right? The Hermit is here as well. It could be a Virgo. We have the Queen of Pentacles over here, right? And so that could be you, Capricorn, or another Earth sign. And yeah, try to move this camera so you can see these cards. There we go. All right. So yeah, let's just straighten this camera just a tiny bit here. Oops. All right. Hope that's not making a lot of noise when I adjust the camera. All right. So now we have the Page of Pentacles, a Tower, and the Hermit. Yeah, this is through intuitive insight, maybe a Virgo, but intuitive insight that brings this wisdom and this, like, wow, I need to basically take control of my life. Remember, we have, and go after what's important to me. Remember, we have the Emperor reversed. That's somebody who can be somebody who has kind of betrayed a marriage. It's possible, but it's really more about like somebody who feels like they didn't have their own authority in their life, right? Like they weren't really managing their life to, what they really want. They weren't being truthful with themselves. The purification brings a major truth. Like, am I happy here? No, I'm not, and I need to move on. Life's short. That could be going on in this reading big time. So, and somebody does this is about somebody who's in love here with the sweetheart card. or they feel like you are, the love of their life, things like that. That's a really important card in this particular reading. Yeah, that sweetheart card. And you could be getting a message of love here too. She's reading that, Capricorn. That definitely could be happening here. Um, and somebody took the time out with the Hangman and the card of pastimes to really kind of realize what is important in their life. That's what the Page of Pentacles is doing, realizing what's important. And so now we have the King of Swords here, and this is about a decision that's already been made, that's being analyzed here. Five of Pentacles in the Tower. This is, wow, I really, and it's about a decision that's made. I don't want lack in my life. I want luster, right? Yeah, this is about somebody who was looking at their life like, wow, my life is lackluster, right? And here's the Star. This is the hope, the inspiration, and the luster that people that we all need in our life. Yeah, we all need like a star, and that star is here. And that's what somebody wants here. This is something very inspirational with you. They're inspired, and this is about being authentic to who you really are, or whoever's choosing this. Yeah, it's intuitive, it's smart, and it is definitely looking forward to the future with uh, the butterfly, right? The Four of Cups reversed is about, I missed the boat somewhere. I missed or a missed opportunity with you, Capricorn, could be. But in this reading with this wisdom, intelligence, and the purification card, uh, right, with the Tower here, this is like I wasn't thinking, like I missed the boat, or I missed this message, or I missed this intuitive insight, or I didn't understand, I missed the wisdom. That's what's going on in this reading, and somebody does now. Yeah, big time. They might have had to kind of suffer through that as well when we see the Tower and the Five of Pentacles next to the Four of Cups reversed. There could be a little bit of suffering that has gone on here, as with any purification. Yeah. And let's see what else we have, Capricorn. We have the Five of Cups with it. See, I was just talking about suffering, or it can be regret too, but somebody had missed the boat and they're like, what? It's like you go through life, and you maybe, there was somebody here in the back, maybe in the past or something like that. There's something you realize that you go, wow, I really missed that. I really had poor judgment about that. I really didn't get it. I really didn't understand. And there is an understanding here with this Tower. It's a very difficult understanding, and this is how most people operate in their life. They need the Tower to come in and wake them up. Yeah, that's what they need. They need this major contrast, which is usually really shitty or hard to deal with, and they go, oh, okay, this isn't what I want. And then they realize what they want. That's how it works, right? It's just kind of how it works with contrast. That's why we have to have contrast in our life. We can't have everybody be beautiful and wonderful and everything just work out every day. That's not life, right? No, you have to have suffering or lessons in your life in order to bring growth. And that's what's going on here. Mm-hmm. And in the near future here is the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. This is super beautiful here because we have three major arcanas here, right? And, the major point in this reading is the Tower, Capricorn, which is a karmic lesson that has kicked somebody's butt in this reading because of the Five of Cups here and the Five of Pentacles, right? But in the near future here, which is really now, yeah, it is anytime now, tomorrow, tonight, today, maybe even the recent past too, because we can't, live and die by placements. No, but the Hermit, the Wheel, and the Star that is supposed to be for the near future. This is intuitive insight, knowing what fate and destiny is, understanding that these chapters have been difficult for a reason. Because remember, the Hermit is living according to Hermes. Yeah, a major wisdom that you are like really kind of supposed to live by, right? Yeah, for sure. In order to live a full and rich life. And anybody who is living a full and rich life knows that suffering is part of life. Yeah, they know that. They don't stay there, but they realize it's there for a reason. Excuse me, to teach us. Wheel of Fortune and the Star. This is hope, inspiration. It can be healing. Something may need to be healed here. It could. with all these, these two fives in the tower. Something may need to be healed. But this is divine wisdom and intuition. It definitely is. And hope for the future. Um, yeah, let's see what else we have with it. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is about the future as well. It can be about somebody who is, because it's a completion, right? So the nines are. So anybody who is, this Nine of Pentacles energy is about somebody who is wise. They live according to their values, and they go after what they want. It can be somebody who is single who maybe has to be alone to figure things out, right? To understand this intelligence of divine wisdom with the crow, right? Yeah, and purification and this tower. We'll get one more card on the Hermit. Let's see what we have here. The Queen of Wands. There could be Aries, Leo, or Sag in this reading. The King of Swords, excuse me, can be an air sign. Uh, right? Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And the tower is here, and it can be a Scorpio. It can be everybody's. It can be anybody in this reading, of course. But the Queen of Wands is somebody who lives according to her passions and her inspirations. What makes her feel like she's growing and expanding, right? Reaching for higher realms and higher wisdom. That's the Queen of Wands, and that's what somebody has done here. It's a cool reading. Gonna end this reading, Capricorn. If you want to get your own psychic or tarot reading with me, or a past life reading, check out the description box. They are lots of fun. Yeah, and right below the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to keep these videos coming. Yeah, it does, with the YouTube algorithm, and hit the little bell if you would like to be notified of my uploads. Yeah, thanks so much, guys.